You are carrying two completely different clocks inside your body right now. One tracks the years on your calendar. The other tracks the biological age of your individual organs, and according to a landmark study published in Nature on May 18, 2026 by researchers at Columbia University, those two clocks are almost certainly not running at the same speed. For millions of people, one of those organ clocks is running dangerously fast. And the consequences are showing up in their metabolism, their energy, and their body composition in ways that no conventional health advice has been able to explain. The Columbia University research analyzed machine learning data from 500,000 participants to identify what they are calling organ-specific aging clocks. The finding fundamentally disrupts the way medicine has historically thought about biological age. We have always talked about biological age as a single number, a unified metric that describes how old your body is regardless of what the calendar says. The 2026 Nature study proved that model is wrong. Your liver has its own biological aging clock. Your brain has its own. Your heart has its own. And they age at completely different rates depending on the specific daily inputs each organ receives. Two people of identical chronological age can have a liver clock that differs by 15 years based entirely on lifestyle factors, sleep quality, dietary choices, toxic exposures, and mitochondrial health. The liver clock connection is particularly significant given the metabolic crisis currently defining the health landscape in 2026. When your liver's biological clock outpaces your chronological age, the downstream consequences are specific and severe. Insulin resistance becomes embedded in liver tissue. The organ's ability to regulate glucose metabolism, manage lipid storage, and produce the hormonal signals that coordinate whole-body energy balance progressively deteriorates. Fat retention becomes permanent not because of caloric excess but because the liver's biological machinery is operating like tissue that is decades older than it should be. No diet protocol overrides a liver whose aging clock is running 15 years fast. The study's sleep finding adds another critical dimension. Researchers identified a highly specific optimal sleep window, between 6.4 and 7.8 hours, where organ clock decay is minimized across all measured tissue types. Sleeping below or above that window accelerates organ-specific aging in measurable ways. Too little sleep deprives organs of the cellular repair window they depend on. Too much disrupts the hormonal rhythms that regulate cellular maintenance processes. The window is narrow and the penalty for missing it consistently accumulates in organ clock acceleration. The master gear insight is where the 2026 longevity conversation is converging most powerfully. Researchers across multiple disciplines are arriving at the same conclusion. The primary determinant of how fast your individual organ clocks run is the health and efficiency of the mitochondria inside those organs. Mitochondria are the cellular infrastructure that all organ-specific biological processes depend on. When they are clean, well-fueled and abundant, the repair and maintenance processes that keep organ clocks synchronized with chronological age run at full efficiency. When they accumulate biological waste, oxidized proteins, damaged lipids, dysfunctional components that impair energy production, the organ clock begins running fast. The organ ages faster than the calendar because the cellular maintenance infrastructure has lost the efficiency required to keep pace. Mitophagy is the biological process that addresses this directly, the selective clearance of damaged mitochondrial components that accumulate and slow the cellular machinery responsible for organ clock synchronization. When mitophagy is active and efficient, biological waste gets cleared. The mitochondrial infrastructure stays clean. And organ clocks maintain their alignment with chronological age rather than running progressively ahead of it. PQQ activates this process, triggering both mitophagy to clear accumulated cellular waste and mitochondrial biogenesis to grow fresh replacement mitochondria that maintain the organ's cellular energy infrastructure at a level consistent with biological youth. CoQ10 fuels the mitochondria through the electron transport chain, maintaining the energy output that powers every organ-specific repair process the two clocks research identifies as critical for clock synchronization. Mitolyn combines both in one formula built specifically around this organ clock maintenance principle. Light water and clean cellular fuel, the foundational inputs that keep your organ clocks from running ahead of the life you're actually living. I want to be fully transparent with you. The link in my description is an affiliate link. I might earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I only share what I genuinely think is helpful. Stop watching the calendar and reset your organ clocks. Check the link in my description for the 2026 Mitolyn Longevity Protocol. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or lifestyle.